Hello, and welcome to my WWE 2K23 showcase mode watch-along of the match, as you can see on the screen, from Summerslam 2016 between AJ Styles and John Cena. So, just let's start off with the simple fact, I'm not going to be showing the entire video here, the entire match. I believe the full match is available on YouTube. However, it doesn't include the entrances, so it'll be hard to sync up. Apologies for that. But your best bet is to fire up your own version of the WWE Network or Peacock, depending on where in the world you are, and do what I did, which is use these skip to thingamajigs, jump to these to select the AJ Styles versus John Cena one. And then pause it immediately. It took me just long enough for the SummerSlam logo to disappear off the screen before I paused it. But you can see my timestamp as well, 010613. So, pause my video, head over to your network or Peacock or whatever, fire it up, get on SummerSlam 2016, pause your video at 010613, should look like what you see on my screen, and then we will synchronize pressing play so we can watch it together. And I will say, I will show the first few seconds, maybe up to about 5 seconds, just so you can make sure you're synchronized with me. And let's watch this match together. It's what, 7 years ago, just over? So let's see if it's as good as I remember, because I remember the AJ Styles John Cena matches all being really good. So let's find out. So yeah, last chance now. Pause this video, go fire it up on the network or Peacock, and then we will reconvene. Alright, you've had enough warning. The next thing we're going to do is hit play, so I'm going to do a countdown. 3, 2, 1, and then you should hear me press the button, but if you don't, you will see the first few seconds, and the button press will be, you know, the same distance after 1 as 1 was after 2, if that makes sense. So, same cadence. 3, 2, 1. Okay, here we go. A few seconds shown, and now it'll have faded to just a still image and no sound. Not going to be showing the match, as I said. And here's AJ Styles. Was this... He only debuted at the start of 2016, right? It was Royal Rumble 2016, I'm pretty sure, where AJ turned up. So this is still technically his rookie year in WWE. Yeah, I don't think anyone even in 2015 would have predicted AJ Styles John Cena was on the cards. Wild, honestly. I have a pair of AJ Styles gloves. Mine are blue and white. And they're from his TNA days. One of only well, technically 2 pieces of merch, I guess. 2 of only 3 pieces of merch. But if you count a pair of gloves as 1 piece of merch. One of only 2 pieces of merch I ever got from TNA. The other one was a Bad Influence shirt. Shout out Daniels and Kazarian. So, AJ's in the ring. He's waiting up on the turnbuckle. Love that positive reaction. You see that guy doing the salmon dance then for the camera. Love the positive reaction for Cena. So, now's a good time to mention the fact that I uploaded, as this video goes live, over on EBEZASimsgames, the video of me playing Showcase Mode this match goes live at the same time. And on EBEZASimsgames, the match simulation of it also goes live. And I discussed on the EBEZASimsgames video, did that shirt deliberately look like a beer brand? Or does it not look like a beer brand and I'm just misinterpreting it? Or was it just a coincidence? I don't know. Let me know in the comments if you know. It's an it's an interesting conversation, the greatest of all time conversation, because I think people are warming up to the idea of Cena being in that conversation these days, whereas it was like, I think even here when it was being said by JBL, I think that was still considered laughable, which is weird because he hasn't actually accomplished a lot more in terms of accolades since here. Oh, they already had a match. I didn't know that. And I definitely don't remember the six-man tag with Cena, Enzo, and Cass teaming up. That's wild. It does sound like it was quite the atmosphere. Sort of makes sense that Cena teamed up with Enzo and Cass because they like to try and tag him on to anyone that was super popular to try and get him cheered, didn't they? Like throughout the years. Zack Ryder immediately springs to mind. And they tie up. So this wasn't even their first meeting. That's something I don't recall. The fact that they wrestled at Money in the Bank before this one. It's interesting that they were sort of playing it up like AJ was matching strength with Cena, because I don't think anyone is gonna debate who's stronger between AJ Styles and John Cena, right? Or who's heavier. Cena is both, and therefore should have won that tie-up. That was interesting. That it was like put forward as like a an even matchup. Off the ropes. Roly polies. Wow. But on the surface, he looks calm and steady to drop bombs, but he keeps on forgetting what he wrote down. The whole crowd goes so loud. He opens his mouth, but the words won't come out. Sorry. Honestly, a lot more styles. It's not down the middle at all, don't lie. Don't you lie to the people, the good people watching. Mauro Ranello, don't you lie, sir. Boom! Dropkick. Clubbed him one. Fans didn't like that. Oof. We've got a New Day rhythm chant for Cena sucks. We've got a Cena sucks going on. Love it. I was gonna say, is AJ like weirdly sort of vibrating in his midsection, but I think it was the shadow of this near top rope that was shaking on his stomach that was making it look like his midsection was just like rippling. It was weird. Don't know if anyone else noticed that. We love the John Cena sucks to the tune of his theme music. I know he like always in interviews and in and out of character discusses how it's just a good thing the crowd were reacting and da 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 da. I want to know how John Cena really felt in those moments where he's like, he's the quintessential good guy, and he plays such a good guy, generally speaking. Like, and everyone just boos the hell out of him. Everyone just hates him, and it mustn't. There must be an element. Maybe this is just me talking, and this is how I would see it if it was me. But for me, it's a bit like, oh, I'm failing at my job here. Like, it's not the same when a heel gets cheered, because people cheer heels because they're doing really well and they want to support them. I personally think you should boo the heels that you support. But people do that, so it's not quite the same saying they're not doing their job right. Although when you get to a certain level of heel, then they get booed again. Like, they get so much respect that you can't cheer them. It's rude. I love AJ Styles taking a back body drop. But yeah, when you're a babyface and you're just getting booed, you're very much not doing your job right. Like, there's no two ways about that, in my opinion. And there's no debate whether he's a babyface or not. Yeah, AJ Styles takes the best back body drop of anyone ever. Don't at me. Or do at me, because I'd love to see a back body drop taken better than that. It's so good. He, like, flails through the air. It makes it feel like he's in the air for, like, forever. I'm loving David Otunga on commentary, by the way. Like, can't get enough of that. Like, this is not a commentary team for me. I'm not a Mauro Ranallo fan. I know, unpopular opinion, right? JBL can take or leave in certain circumstances. He's usually quite bearable during John Cena matches because he's just going on about how big a deal John Cena is, and that's fine. And David Otunga, I can't stand. When my favourite commentator on the call is JBL, that's not really a good sign. I always love the difference in, like, tone of the two chants. There's always a lot more bass in the Cena sucks. For some reason, I can't think why. Oh, a headbutt from Cena. Did he just tell him the next spot, like, incredibly audibly? Look at that combo. Oof. That wasn't even a clothesline. That was just a thwack. Nice. Uh-oh. Here we go. The ever-popular 5 moves. That guy's a Cena fan. He's having a great time. And I've talked in previous watch-alongs, be it full shows or showcase mode watch-alongs, about, like, audience members, especially on that side in the front row or the first few rows. Oh, look at that. Beautiful landing. About them trying to steal the show, make it about them a little bit. I don't feel like he was doing that. I feel like he's just really enjoying the show. Styles clash. I do feel like the phenomenal forearm should be AJ Styles' finisher, but the Styles clash shouldn't be used as like a kick out spot. I think it should be like his super finisher. Kind of like Cena will do like an avalanche AA, or he'll do an AA roll through and then a second AA, or something like that. I've seen so many people fail that flip out of a AA, and AJ Styles, true to form, as one of the best wrestlers, I was going to say in the world, but no, I'm going to just say ever. Like, true to form, absolutely stuck the landing. What a performer. What a wrestler. Uh-oh. Oh, what a kick out. He left that late. Like, fair play. Love that kick out from AJ. I mean, apart from it, Money in the Bank. Yeah. Shut up, David Otunga. Stop trying to backtrack. Stop moving the goalposts. You just said he's never beat John Cena. He's never fought John Cena and won. When he literally has fought him once one-on-one and beat him. Shut up, David Otunga. He's such a bad commentator. I'm sure he's a lovely bloke, but he's such a bad commentator. He's about the same caliber of commentator as he is wrestler. Uh-oh. Oh. We're going to see a burning hammer? Oh, we have actually seen a torture arc. Okay, very nice. I was thinking for a second, if they let AJ Styles bust out a burning hammer, that'd be amazing. Oh my god, that was a bit of a rushed slingshot. I'm not sure AJ was ready for that. Oh, into a big ending. It was a weird move, and it basically just ended up being like a throw up into a big ending. His face. Yeah, you might well laugh. Yeah, it is. It's a big ending. Don't know if he was going for like a cutter and missed or something, but yeah, it just ended up being a big ending. He can't have been going for a big ending, surely. Like, because you know, there's that. I'd say unwritten rule, but I think it's basically a written rule that you don't do someone else's thing, like someone else's finisher. And Big E was about by now, right? I know Cena's high up the pecking order, but you still got to follow the rules, my dude. Oh, that was nice. Oh, that was nice. Kind of a shame he didn't lock it in there. Ushigoroshi. Almost heard Corey Graves say it in whichever video game it was. That wasn't his own move. It was an Ushigoroshi, you donkey. As I say, not my favourite commentator team. Can we show JBL that it wasn't an AA, please? Technically, it's just a better AA, right? Like, an AA is a flat back bump. Everyone's conditioned to take that. And Ushigoroshi is like back of the neck to the knee. Surely that's worse. Springboard 450? Oh, missed. Oh. Code red. It's called a code red, right? I think so. Yep, there we go. Thank you, Mauro, for knowing wrestling moves. I'm not your hugest fan, but at least you know wrestling moves. Don't think that Anushi Groshi is an AA. He didn't address you, David. Shut up. He said John. He fed JBL in and David Otunga just jumped in. That's why I don't like Mauro Ranallo. I hate his, like, forced in, premeditated pop culture references. Oh, I thought he was going to suplex City him then. Yeah, I always feel like his his pop culture references feel really contrived and like he's come up with them in advance and got them written down, and he's like, I must shoehorn all of these in so I sound clever and like a good commentator. If he's coming up with them off the top of his head, then fair play. But they sound like he's premeditated them and pre-contrived them, and I just don't like them, basically. That's the long and short of it. I just don't like them. And that's why I'm not as big a Mauro Ranallo fan as a lot of people seem to be. Essentially, that's what it boils down to. That one wasn't as smooth as the other one, but it's still a nice counter. Still a nice counter. It's nice. Oh. Slips out of the STF. How many people have done that? Just actually outright countered out. And now, of course, Cena's going to lift out the crossface. Because Cena just lifts out of everything. Because, look, John Cena strong. Interesting transition. Not sure if that really works, but they made it work. Like, I'm not saying would that work in a shoot fight. Like, I'm not being that silly. I'm just saying I don't know if that sequence works, even theoretically. But they managed to make a sequence that I don't think it works theoretically work in real life. That's very impressive. Look at the torque. He's got his leg bent at a 90-degree angle. That's not commonplace or anything. You might boo fans, but this has been great. Like, I remember these matches being good, and I was right. No rope breaks, just reversals from both the STF twice and the calf killer. And the crossface. Like, that's fun. Wrestling, a lot of the time, I feel, nowadays, does rely on rope breaks to escape submissions. And that's really fun that they actually wrestled out of it. You don't see that much. Big fan. Sad Jan. Again, the difference in the amount of bass in the voices chanting for each one. Go on, Cena. Springboard 450. You know you got one in you. There's that leg drop. This is, yeah, I've already said this, but I reiterate, this has been a really good match. I've thoroughly enjoyed this so far. Don't forget to let me know in the comments your thoughts on the match, by the way. Wait for it to be done if you wish, but, you know, let's get a conversation going, shall we? Conversation. Thank you, David Azunga. There's nothing fundamentally wrong with what he said, it just sounded It just sounds bad in his voice. I don't know what it is. I just don't like him on commentary. I can explain it with Malvo why I'm not a huge fan. Can't explain it with David Otunga. I just really don't like his commentary. I'd take most people that have ever been WWE commentators over David Otunga. Who would I not take over him? Maybe Booker T? Because I'm convinced everyone only likes Booker T's commentary as a joke. I don't think anyone unironically likes it, right? No, good. Good false finish. Springboard, top rope, Hurricane Rana. Very nice. I'm sure there's some example. Maybe like that Irish fella that didn't know what he was doing. Or doesn't know what he's doing. If he's still about. Maybe him. Maybe I'd take David Otunga over him. They're doing different roles though. Like, that guy was supposed to be like the lead. Whereas at least David Otunga's only providing somewhat pointless colour commentary. Oh, Chris Jericho. I hate Chris Jericho on commentary. I don't know if he still does it, but at the start at least he did Rampage at AEW. I hated it. He just shouts constantly. Just shouts everything. Ugh. Anyway, back to the match. Oh, big clothesline. Avalanche AA. AJ fighting out of it. And this might be the best false finish I ever remember watching. Because I believed it was over. I remember watching this first time. Everyone in that building believed it was over. And listen to the reaction. Cena's like, what are you doing, guys? I'm from here. Please like me. One of my favourite... Also, because AJ was actively trying to fight out of it, I think that made it feel a bit more finishy. Yeah. I remember watching this match, and I couldn't remember... So I'll be honest, I couldn't remember if it was this match or if it was the one at the Royal Rumble. But I knew at some point AJ kicks out of an Avalanche AA, so I didn't know it was this match. But I knew it happens, and I remember watching that match and being absolutely certain that Cena was winning with it, and he didn't, and me being blown away by that false finish. And yeah, watching it back 7 years later, it's still just as good. What a false finish. Like, name me some better ones in the comments. Absolutely. If enough people name some better ones, I'll make a list video on the best false finishes ever. But for me, that's just number one. It's just such a good false finish. No, number two. Triple H and Shawn Michaels against The Undertaker. Triple H vs. Undertaker, Hell in a Cell. The switching music into the pedigree might be the best one. But, I mean, to me, they're so close. Cena, like, were they running over or something? Like, take your time getting up, my dude. It's a Styles Clash. That was a good, phenomenal forearm. Boom! Clean win! Love it. So good. Genuinely such a good match. Fully enjoyed. Remember it being really good. Congratulations, past me. You were correct. It is absolutely a great match. Great false finish. One of my favourites. Probably the second best ever. In WWE at least. So good. So damn good. Yeah, take that, David Otunga, with your asterisk. Yeah. Wow. Really fun match. Cena has one of the best despair faces ever. I love it. It just looks so sad. It's a Styles clash, goddammit. It should do good. Look at this, though. What a phenomenal forearm. Way better than the first one. I believe that one beat Cena, whereas the first one didn't. That one just looked better, looked snugger, but just looked better executed. So, I'm not saying the first one was bad, but that one was phenomenal. Anyway, leave a like if you enjoyed. Let me know in the comments, like I say, any thoughts you've had over the course of it, quality of the match and stuff, but also best false finishes. Maybe there's some I've forgotten. Subscribe if you're new here, and share with your friends if you think they would enjoy. What's about to pop up, or may already have, I don't know. I'm not psychic. Is links to the watch-along, not the watch-along, the playthrough, this is the watch-along, on EBEZASimsgames, and the match simulation on EBEZASimsgames. Feel free to check those out as well. But for now, all I have left to say is thank you very much for watching. As always, I've been EBEZA, you've been amazing, and I will see you next time.